Welcome to the Coaching Closet. I'm your host, Richele. Have you ever put together an outfit that was just right, making you feel amazing from head to toe? It takes thought, planning, and effort to create that perfect look. In life, it's the same. It's like a unique puzzle with individual pieces that we must pay attention to in order for everything to work together. If something is missing, it's like walking out of the house with no pants on. Are you ready to piece together your puzzle of life? Let's go. Hi, welcome back to the Coaching Closet. Today, I'm talking with you about what we do with our lives. A friend of ours suddenly passed away, and he was only in his early 50s. My boyfriend and I attended his funeral, and it was sudden. And in a situation like that, you can't help but think about, your mortality. He's only just a handful of years older than us. It made me think about, what meaning and legacy we'll leave in our lives. It's something I've thought about like every time I lose a loved one and, how much they meant to me, and not just me, but like everyone around them, every single person that their lives touched, mainly like older people, my grandmother and grandfather, people like that have a really, really long life. Like they really sent so much love out into the world and made a big difference. But what if this was our last day on earth? And, what would you do with it? Thinking about that really makes you ponder, like, how would I spend it if I knew this was my last day? And why wouldn't I live like that every day? Living like joyfully and really living, doing what I love and loving how I want to love. So that's what I wanted to talk to you guys about today. There was a poem they read at the funeral, and I'd love to read it. It's something I've heard before, but it hit home. I really loved it. So it goes like this. I read of a man who stood to speak at the funeral of a friend. He referred to the dates on the tombstone from beginning to the end. He noted that first came the date of birth and spoke the following date with tears. But he said what mattered most of all was the dash between those years. For that dash represents all of the time they had spent alive on earth, and now only those who loved them know what that little line is worth. For it matters not how much we own, the cars, the house, the cash. What matters is how we live and love and how we spend our dash. So to think about this long and hard, are there things you'd like to change? For you never know how much time is left that can still be rearranged. If we could just slow down enough to consider what's true and real, and always try to understand the way other people feel, and be less quick to anger and show appreciation more, and love the people in our lives like we never loved before. If we treat each other with respect and more often wear a smile, remembering this special dash might only last a little while. So when your eulogy is being read, with your life's actions to rehash, would you be proud of the things they say about how you spent your dash? So what would you like people to say about you? And what impact are you making on others? What ripple effect does that impact have on your community and the world? Sometimes I think we sit and think, well, I'm just one person. But the reality of it is that we are all just one person. But our actions and our gifts and talents and passions and what we share with the world, they do have a ripple effect, and they do affect other people, and they inspire other people if we use them, and they do change the world. They can change the world if we do use them. And so I don't think we think about how important maybe one kind word, one kind action, or one helpful thing, how important that can be. It can change the course of a life. There are probably things you can think of in your life that you look back and say, wow, that one thing that person said really inspired me. Maybe it was a teacher, a parent, a friend, that it could have changed the entire trajectory of your life. It could have been the only thing that kept you going at that moment, or that, maybe you were down on yourself and you weren't going to keep moving in the same direction because you felt defeated. And somebody said something to you that made you stop and think, okay, no, I can do this. I think we've all had that person, or that person that said something, or inspiring talk that we listened to that made us keep going. I know I have. It's happened more than once. So somebody that shared their passion, or somebody that was, sharing their gifts or their talents and inspired us to do something or to act on something. So I just want to encourage you, if you hear or if you feel a nudge of intuition inside of you about something you should do, or if you feel that you should do something, especially if you feel it more than once, you need to act on it. You need to do it. Sometimes it takes more than once. You'll feel something inside. Oh, I really need to do that. I really need to do this. And we think, oh no, like I can't do that. Or we have excuses of why it's not the right time. You really need to act on that, because I think that's really God pushing us. The universe, whatever you want to say, is pushing us to act on our gifts and talents that we've been given to make a difference in this world, to do our part, to play our notes in the music. As my dad says, like, it's our part in this life. And doing so is going to change other people's lives. You not acting on your gifts and serving the world with them leaves the world in lack, leaves somebody that was maybe needing that, waiting for it. So think about it that way. You holding back on something is not giving to someone else. So what passion are you putting off because you think you might have more time, right? Like that's one thing that we talked about today on the drive home was we think, oh, we have all the time in the world. Like we'll do that later. We'll plan that later. Or maybe you think it isn't important. Someone else can do it. But really, it's you. You're the one that needs to do it if you're feeling that. And so don't hold back on those things. And if you're feeling continually called to do it, you need to do it. So be encouraged today. If this is something you're hearing again and you've already felt the nudge inside, consider this that second, third, fourth time that you're hearing it and you need to do it. There's something you're called to do. It truly is a calling on your life, and just know that you are the person to do it and be encouraged to do that. I hope that you are blessed and that this helps you and inspires you for your life. Be blessed today. Thank you for joining me today on the Coaching Closet. My hope is that with each episode, you will discover, like an amazing puzzle, all of the unique pieces in your life fit together to create the beautiful image of you. If you find this podcast to be helpful and would like to share with others, please do me a quick favor and leave a review on Apple Podcasts. This helps to make the podcast more visible. Thanks again for spending your time with me today. Be sure to visit me at coachingcloset.com for past episodes and gifts to help you find your beauty from the inside out.